Hello everyone. I am Steve's avatar. Steve wanted me to come on here and announce that his personal tarot readings from now, October 2022 through December 2022 are all half price. The price for a full personal tarot reading will be £20. That should be somewhere in the region of $23. The normal asking price has always been £40 for a reading. But for just over the Christmas period he is cutting all readings down to just £20. So if you had ever wanted a personal reading by me, now would be the time. And grab this deal while it's hot. This deal will end sometime during the last part of December 2022. All you have to do is email me at stephenabbott1976@googlemail.com. You can also find the email link in the description box below with all other links. You will need to send me an email and I will respond with all links and instructions.
Hey guys, how you doing? So I really wanted to touch on a subject that I've just done over on the teaching tier over on Patreon, and what we were kind of going over is the tower really. But what I came up with is information that you guys might wonder why you keep drawing attraction to yourself of third-party situations. So stick around, there might be something else that you might want to know here. But when we look at the tower, okay, we look at the tower as a north and south energy, okay, so north node, south node, okay. So it's a lot to do with your karmic energy, but first house, awakening, seventh house, 7 card, okay, first house, seventh house, relationship, awakening, okay. But there's also like an epiphany and a spiritual awakening that a lot of us go through, twin flames, soulmate, epiphanies, ideas, and so on and so forth, right? Even Tiffany or Sarah or Steve. But like, we go through these situations all the time, right? So what we look at it is it being a nuclear reactor. That's why I say it's like a stick of dynamite, okay? Stick of dynamite where it's someone's temper that they're ready to go off and blame someone for standing in the way of your connection that you've got with another person, where they keep destroying your connection that you've got with, say, Z twin flame or soulmate situation or life in general, okay? That I always have something to say where I have to blame another person. Okay, so why do these energies mean what they do? Okay, so this is like a battery, okay, like I've stated many times that this is a battery, okay, and it gets drained, okay, and then it like feels really vibrant and really high vibration, low vibration, first house, last house, okay, seventh house, but like really high vibration of a battery, okay. So if you look at this as like a Wi-Fi signal, okay, a Wi-Fi signal, okay, if you hadn't got a plug to plug in the wall, okay, for a Wi-Fi, you wouldn't have any Wi-Fi, so your signal wouldn't be able to go out, okay, and give off the energy that you want something, okay, that I need to get on social media, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Get the battery of the Wi-Fi, plug it in, route it to a router, computer, bingo, Bob's your uncle. We've got takeoff, we've got liftoff, okay, so we have energy, okay, so without energy, we cannot manifest through a signal, okay, cannot get through to know where it needs to get through to you, to know, okay, where's your brain focused? Which direction of life is it that you're wanting me to send a signal, okay? Is it that you want a router or you want internet, YouTube, again, whatever it is, okay, I want twin flame, I want soulmate. This will go on to third party situations, okay? But and if you want to know how to get out of these, then that is over on the teaching tier, okay? But anyway, we're in this circumstance, and I need to realize that I need to focus on something that I want, but that isn't always what you want. So what you need to realize is that when you go into a metaphysical connection with a twin flame that you first meet when you get your awakening, okay, a rude awakening can also mean a milestone in life that was so devastating in my life that I had no option but to start changing my environment. My environment would cause me drug addiction, codependency, blah, 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 all these kind of things that kind of come up in life that were really devastating, can also be a milestone in life of change, okay? I had an awakening, I had an epiphany, I realised that if I want to change my life for the better and I want someone in it or someone stable in it as a 7 energy, okay, if I want commitment and job and house and home and money and I want to be a decent person, okay, then I need to start changing things about my life with action, okay, I need to start doing stuff, okay, so basically I need to start working on what? Myself, okay, I need to start working on myself. 7s always talk about us as a collective energy, right, so I need to start working on myself, okay. So I need to make sure that when I realise that my signal from down here is kind of going out as a brain wave, is also going out as, okay, so if I get you to close your eyes, okay, look at a light, a lampshade or a light, okay, but say the sun, okay, the sun is the best source of energy. Look at the sun for a couple of 3 minutes, okay, and then close your eyes and you will see a circle around your eyes, okay. You'll physically see it with your eyes. So manifestation is about movement. How can I move this circle into my vicinity of what it is that I want? Okay, so when you look at the sun and you close your eyes and it's a circle, you see green, blue, purple. Okay, I can't see the sun at the moment because I'm in the studio. But like if I look at a light and then I close my eyes, I can see like green, blue, purple, those kind of things. Okay, and I can see a light. Okay, this is how we would also work on your third eye. But then if you look at that same sequence of colours, that same sequence of colours is what runs through us of chakras, right? You can see your own chakra, okay, because you're looking at light. Okay, the sun gives off the same kind of green, blue, and yellow, and pink, and green, orange, and purple, and blue, right? So it gives off loads of light. Okay, so we're looking at it, and we can see it, and we know that basically that when we close our eyes, what we're seeing is blue, purple, green as a light energy, right, here. So when we start to think and we start to concentrate, we need to expand our Wi-Fi signal out further and further and further and further and further, so it reaches a signal of like, oh, okay, I've got contact. Okay, I've realized something, that there is contact now. Okay, battery, that my vibration is high because I've been doing certain methods that I only teach over on Patreon. Okay, but let's go back to slightly, because that's just kind of kicking on certain things. When we go back to why do I keep drawing in attraction towards myself of third-party metaphysical connections, and why is that? Okay, so what you draw to yourself is one energy. One energy. Now, we might see it as like, well, I have two options, or they have two options. They have a husband or a wife already. Okay, and they keep coming to me, and they keep leaving me to go back to them. What you need is boundaries. 7 of Wands. But they keep going back to the other person, or they don't go back to the other person, but I met someone of a sexual nature, of an eureka moment, oh God, frustration and sex, okay? So I start having orgasmic kind of feelings and thoughts of a different nature of what the hell is going on with me just lately, that I am so sexually attracted towards this metaphysical energy that I have literally just drawn into my life, that I met. Prince Charming walked through my door and I had a spiritual connection with someone, and I cannot stop thinking about them. But you take a snapshot of life. Okay, everybody always takes a snapshot of life. Is why I called my first channel How the Mind Thinks Within the Links. It's just a vision of just memories that go around as a circle. Okay, long time ago. But, okay, so I met someone. They were metaphysical. Okay, and I had I had an orgasmic kind of warm connection through vocabulary, how they spoke, how intelligent they were, what they spoke about. Their aura gave off shitloads of kind of energy. I felt so good around this person. They made me feel safe, wanted. They started to adapt to my feelings and emotions. We merged and we formed a bond, and I can't believe that I met James Bond 007. Okay, shaken, not stirred. It shook up my life and stirred me to the point where I am just now wound up to the fact that I know that this is my twin flame, soulmate connection. Okay, so I've got this connection. That was your first snapshot of the first instance that you had in your life of this awakening that you go through. Okay, the second instant of the snapshot that you normally get would be when they say to you, but I'm already married. I'm already in a commitment. So this will go off into different patterns that is over on Patreon, but I'm just giving you a taster. Okay, so first snapshot, instant of erotic behavior, connection, everything else is about you, alchemy. It's about you, okay? Everything is about you. I'm so absorbed about wanting to get to know you, the feelings that it has, the sexual erotic feelings and notions that I've got around you. Your energy is so alluring and attractive that I want to be around you all the time, okay? Second snapshot, disappointment, okay? Disappointment. If you are, this is just snapshot. This is story number 1, okay? Snapshot 2, disappointment. They're with someone. They're with a husband or a wife already. Okay. Oh. High vibration. Wow. Low vibration. Oh. High vibration. Ah. Low vibration. Damn. Why do I keep feeling so drained? My battery and my life source seems to be taken from me. It's got to be my twin that keeps taking my energy. It has to be them. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay, you're having an awakening, so you're learning to be empathic. The majority of the energy that you feel is this energy here. Is that you're learning to manifest, but you have to start from ground one. Learning to manifest in the right manner can take a very long time to do by settling the energy of blame, hatred, and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. And what attracts myself to me isn't always negative energy, because a negative energy with no battery has no signal. So you'll just be destroying oneself. Oneself will get destroyed by oneself with the lack of motivation, the lack of energy, and the lack of realization of why. Before I became spiritual and went on my journey of 7 soulmates and twin flames, or 8, I wish I'd have known a lot of this, but I only got to know these kind of situations by being a spiritual being of information from the Akashic Records. Downloads of information, right? We all know that one, right? The Akashic Records, number 7. But like, you know, an attachment to the Akashic Records. So information that's given to us that is pure and it is just out there for information. A radio signal. What am I sending out and what am I getting back? What will it be? Will it be information? Will it be information on how to create my own life? Sure. So why would other people tell you how to create life? So that'll get you attracted to how do I do it? Okay. So they're attracting the knowledge that you want to attract to figure out how to do it. Okay. So evolution, right? So the things that you can get at a high vibration is messages, signals of what to talk about, what to have, the gifts that you have, spiritual, okay, money, success, fame, fortune, love, everything. What happens when I get that? I don't want it. I don't want it because I feel like I already have it. I already have what I want, okay? So when you meet people like I follow the boxer for the gypsy boxer, which is, I can't think of his name, but just think, sorry, not on the spot, excuse me, but like a really successful person, boxer, whichever way it is, majority of the time when they win a title fight now, they just give the majority of the money away because they don't want it. Okay, because they've got so much of it, they realise, well, I can help all of these people. I can actually just give it all away because I don't want it. So when your contract comes to you in the form of a third party in the end, that's normally when that comes down to judgment. Judgment of 2, Libra, positive or negative. Do I want this person now or not? Do I believe them or do I not? Have I got everything that I want already where I've met someone else and now I don't want you? Okay, because I've realised that everything that I have about me, I can have whatever I want whenever I want because I've understood a few methods in life that you've actually taught me. Okay, you taught me great vulnerable lessons of realising that my energy now is of positivity and not negativity. So if I have negativity around me, what does that create? Stopping me from creating one self of alchemy. Okay, so manifesting, okay, purity, connection, energy, brain waves, alpha waves, beta, alpha, brain waves, heart waves, okay? So waves of emotion, okay? Emotions, they go out, they come back in. Your heart, center of the universe, the center of you, rib cage, both sides, heart, goes out, sucks in, sucks out, goes in, sucks out, sucks everything in and out, right? It's a very good tube of information, okay, your heart. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't know where you would be, okay? So it kind of breathed, okay? Breathes like you do with finding your whole self, but we're not going to go over it too much. But what I'm saying to you is, it's like when you are in these erotic moments of a third party situation, okay, you're drawing one energy to you because God or spirit or whoever will only ever say, listen, you might have 2 legs, bruv, but you can only ever really choose one path. Your legs have to come with you, okay, unless you're legless and you're off your nut, okay. But if you have 2 legs, it really doesn't matter. You can only choose one path in life. Okay, so what have you attracted to you? Well, I've attracted the contract, the one energy of the contract, which is the husband and the wife. Okay, so the majority of the time, what do I think? Okay, so I'm thinking about the sexual transmitted kind of energy that I first felt when I met this first twin flame soulmate energy. And it was so alluring and so attractive that we realized that manifestation comes from the energy of Dick Turpin, okay, and the erotic behaviour, and that fact that gives me this to rub one out or knock one out, okay. But if we do that in certain manners, that becomes slightly strange or weird, right? But we can learn to do this within the efficiency of oneself. So I'm not really teaching you the dirty manner. I'm just teaching you a manner of what it is that you need to feel throughout your body, okay? Because you might have strange people that are coming. So we don't want to go down that road, right? But you need to feel those sensations, right? That's why you get an erection, and that's why you also get this eureka moment of like, oh my God, this is such elation. It's like going out and having a burger, okay, and you've been on a diet for like a month or 2, and you're kind of like, my cheat day is coming up, and now all I can see with my own 2 eyes, like I did the sun, okay, with the light, is a burger and chips, and the fact that it's dripping with cheese and all of this good shit, okay, and I can't help now, but my mouth is salivating, I'm drooling and dripping like a fucked fridge. I'm kind of like, oh my God, I just can't, I can't, I'm sorry, I cannot concentrate on anything at all apart from my stomach rumbling, because my head now has sent signals to my stomach to say, bruv, y'all want that burger and chips. Yeah, I know you want it, you can have it. You, oh, okay, fuck that, bruv, I'm going. I'm halfway there in my 7-car chariot. I'm halfway there. Okay, so I'm there going to White Castle and having a burger, and I'm going to have it, bruv, I am, right? So you have it, you've got it right in front of you, and you're like, my God, now do I feel satisfied? But what do I feel now? Guilty. Guilty pleasure. Oh, the forbidden fruit, Dave. Right, the forbidden fruit of pleasure and guilt. Okay, it's temptation, right? It is temptation, but did you have it? You did. You bit into that burger and chips, bruv, and you enjoyed it, right? You did. And you went and got it, right? So you have to admit it and think, well, never mind. I had a cheat day, I had a little bit of a blip, but really when I count up the calories, if I haven't eaten anything all day and I've just had that, well, then I'm okay. So where's the guilt? It's just a state of mind. Figure of imagination. As long as I do well for quite a long time, then it really doesn't matter what I have, as long as I'm having it in small quantities. Okay. God knows where that's going. But back to the original story. Why is it that God give us 2 soulmates, but why did they give us 2 legs? We can only choose one path to walk down. Okay, so when you're manifesting the thought of this erotic behaviour of when you first met your first twin flame and your first soulmate that was so magnetically great, okay, and then the disappointment of the bitch next door that's with my partner or the one that I'm supposed to be with, what is it that you attract into your life? The contract of one energy that comes your way. The one energy. Okay, energy is just energy. It always comes in the form of one energy. It comes in the form of many things, but it comes in the form of one energy. Okay, like I said, elation, the energy, out. When it comes back to you in the energy. Now, if a contract has a contract, it comes to you in the form of the contract, which is a third energy. Now, why is that? Because of the blame. Because of the blame of like, well, hold on a minute, bruv. I manifested the person that I thought you wanted me to be with. You give me the spiritual connection with this person. You did that. You put me in contact with them. Why would you do that? Why would I have this sexual desire for this person that I can't be with? What would be the point in that? It's because you're learning to manifest. You've got to go through a lot of steps first to realize what that is, because you're on the journey of an awakening. It's not until you have the awakening that you realise of more information of the reasons of why these happen. Okay, so why a lot of blame goes around tarot card readers and everything else of who knows what and who doesn't know what and who thinks they do and who they don't. Okay, it doesn't really matter. It's still blame of matter. Dark cannot change dark. Light cannot change light because they have the same colour. If you mix dark and light, you get what? Grey, pretty much. Is it David Gray? We're dead in the water. Okay, so light can make light and dark can make more darkness, but you can't add both together. Okay, so matter of dark of a matter of fact, oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh, what's the problem now? Oh, okay. My life is so bad, I'm not doing anything with it. Oh, God, really? Hold on a minute, let me contact with you and let you know and touch base with you just to let you know that everything will be all right. Afterwards, what do I feel? That was a tough fucking session trying to sort out that person's life. Jesus Christ, man, they had more dark thoughts in their head than the fucking third world country. Okay, so what have they got? Lack of motivation, lack of energy, lack of awareness. I need help, I need clarity, I need spiritual guidance. How do I do all of these things? Not watching loads of tarot card readings. Tarot card readings are not always going to help you out. It's the knowledge that comes from it of what you're prepared to do to take from the knowledge and apply to oneself. Okay, to apply to oneself. Okay, so what we realise is that dark matter cannot change light and light cannot change dark. It will fight against itself. Okay, so what do we change? Well, we change ourselves of our thoughts and feelings of light energy. Okay. That is also, I'm trying to also make some money here, folks. So hopefully you decide to join my tarot parts or whichever part. Okay. But, okay. So it's about moderation. It's about doing things in slight segments of moderation. Okay. But the answers to life are not always what you want to know. okay? It's always the answer of the message that's trying to tell you that you may be unaware of why you come to a spiritual guide for the answer of what that is to help you on your journey. It's called a guide, okay? It's called a spiritual guide, okay? There's certain structures and methods that I stick by, and the method of my madness is totally different than another's, okay? It's just separated in a different way, okay? But it's guidance all the way, okay? So some are dark, some are light, some are learning, some are not. Some are on this level, some are on this level, okay? Doesn't matter the person is still trying. If you're not a trier, you're a giver-upper, okay? I like people that try. That's what I do, okay? I try, and I like people that try. If they try, God loves a trier. He ain't going to give you anything, and he ain't going to help you, but he will let you know along the way that you're trying. At least you're trying, okay? So never let yourself down of realising that you're not a person that doesn't try, okay? Because you'll just manifest more dark energy, okay? So, going back to the subject matter, why is it that I keep manifesting the same third energy? It's because the person is contracted with something that cannot be broken. It's a spiritual one. It's a contract. Okay, all of you guys that go around with all of this bollocks of all of this gang stalking and fucking like witchcraft shit, you've just lost your mind and you're paranoid to shit. Okay, and you want to believe in it and you're just thinking more dark stuff. You're not supposed to think dark stuff. You're not supposed to be paranoid or afraid. Okay, if you're afraid and that sort of stuff is actually happening, then the police or move. Okay, but you know, please don't go down those roads of people that are trying to tell you about black magic or keep talking about black magic, because then you'll just be watching a horror film before you go to bed, and that's not always good, right? So you don't really want to always hear when people are talking to you about that there's voodoo or black magic, because it's just those people that are trying to influence you to believe that there might be when there really isn't. It's a state and figment of your imagination. It's not true. Even if it's true, it doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, if I was to say to you, okay, 21:12 on the clock. Okay, so who believes life in after death? Okay, so where do you go when you die? Do you take your body with you? No. Your brain dies. Your brain and your physical form of self dies. Literally dies. So what are you, hieroglyphic of numbers? So what do you take on a new form? Okay, or do you physically die where you are just a star? Okay, matter. We're all stardust, right? So where are you? Nowhere. Nowhere and everywhere, baby. So does your self go to hell and all its skin ripped off and tortured? Why would you be able to take your vessel down or up? So what is it that gets tortured? Your memory? Of course not, because your memory's not going with you. So you can't remember who you are or who you was, so you're not going down. So if I'm not going down and I'm actually not going up, then where am I? Programmed, right? The program of one's mind. Changing the reception of belief. Okay, another story over on Patreon. But, again, why is it? Why is it that we draw these contracts to ourselves? Well, you're going for a spiritual divine connection. You're going through that. Okay, so you're waking up. You're realizing about your receptors of your body. You're learning about you. Your body is full of dopamine. It's full of everything, man. It's like receptors that just flow through your body to give you very good and very bad sensations. The amygdala plays a huge part of worry, panic, fear, anxiety, attacks, the things that are there that are not. The delusional thoughts and feelings of life. Amygdala, the panic, the fight or the flight. What do? Do I run? Do I stay? Do I go? If I go and I can't afford it, then what happens when I get there, man? Oh shit, I need to think negatively about what might happen when it hasn't happened. And the fight or flight, the amygdala, it's just a part of the human nature to protect ourselves because we're primitive. To protect ourselves, okay? It's just bullshit, okay? It's the mind, okay? It needs to be there in case it is. It's just that we don't have control of it until we know how to control it. Okay, if you were on a plane and it was suddenly going down, then that's a fucking time to panic, right? But if it isn't there, then that isn't the time to panic because it actually isn't there. So it's the amygdala, okay? I used to suffer from anxiety and panic attacks. So not only did that, when I was having a spiritual attack that led me to knowing all of this shit, okay? So I know what anxiety and panic attacks are for 5 years, to the point of like, if this keeps happening, I'm out, bro. If I'm gone, I'm not doing it anymore. I can't cope. Okay, so I know a lot about the amygdala and the brain. Okay, but again, Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, What do we do with a number 2? Well, when it comes our way, we've pretty much attracted the contract of 2 people that cannot be separated by a bind that does not hold them together, because it's a connection. The connection of a low vibration is not going to attract a positive one. It will just positively bring the person in as an illusion that you believe that they're your twin, but they're with someone else. So it brings the other woman, say, with them. It brings the woman of the contract that is contracted, that follows them where they go. Okay, so everywhere you go, I go. And when you go back to her, I come with you in mind, body and spirit of a snapshot that you took with me. My memories, my life, my children, my house, my home, my mortgage, everything comes with me as a package with you. Okay, so every time your partner says that they're coming and going, or you know they are in and out of your life, you're supposed to have boundaries of not wanting them, because when you've got them, you won't want them. You won't want them because you know that your contract will be over. It's because you're wanting someone that is contracted with this contract that brings baggage with them. Okay, so you're like, well, fuck, hold on a minute, I wanted him and now I've got him, he's brought her with you. I don't like her, my opinion is against him or her. I've got an opinion against people. I don't think you should be with him because you're not right for him, because you treat him like shit, and I am here in order to save him from you, you narcissist. So what vibration are you putting out? Does that make her stupid, him stupid, or you stupid for putting up with that, for believing that, for actually getting someone to make you blame someone else for the contract that you were given? If you're given a contract and you blame the other woman or man to say that it's their fault, okay, you're not going to get what you want. Okay, you're not going to get what you want, because you'll just keep drawing in the same energy of blame that will blame you and resent you for doing bad things to them. Okay, so you've got to not want this. I'm not going to go over it any longer. There's a whole version and other new versions and different versions that we'll take when we're learning what sevens are. Okay, but I thought I would give this back to you guys that may be really struggling financially at the moment, and you're kind of thinking, well, why do these third parties kind of happen? Why does this sort of stuff, and what are the answers to why it does? It's because it is a lot to do with the projection of the other person, when really what you're not doing is focusing on you. Okay, you're focusing on them, and then when they come back to you, you blame the other person for coming with them, because they're telling you and you're seeing, well, we need to talk about your wife, or like, when are you going to leave her? When are you going to leave him? Are you with her? Are you still with him? Have you slept now? Have you not been with? Okay, so don't forget, what you see, you try to change. The sun, if you look at it, okay, you try to bring it with you and focus on the expansion of. Okay, so when a person comes back to you and you see, it's like this spot. Okay, it's nearly gone now, but because it's on my face, okay, I see it every single day when I'm working. So I can't help but see it. So how long has that took to heal? Fucking ages. Because I've seen it every single day. So I've been like, oh God, I wish this would go away. Right? If it wasn't there and it was on my back and I couldn't feel it or see it, I would forget and know the fact that it's there, and the fact that I'm like, oh, I didn't even realise. Like, oh God, yeah, I had a spot there like fucking months ago and realised it's gone. Why? Because I'm not seeing it with my own two eyes. So what we see with our own two eyes bothers us to the fact that we have to keep looking at it and keep watching it to the point where it won't heal. Okay, so we keep looking at it thinking, I wish this would go away. I wish this would go away. I wish this would go away. I wish they would go away. I wish they would go away. I wish they would go away, because they're ruining my contract. They're married. They're in a relationship. Blah blah blah. So what you're attracting, the one spot, the one focus of what you look at, the energy that comes towards you. How do you get out of that, patron? Okay, so there you go. There's a little rendition. Now, if you are watching my tarot readings and stuff like that also, that really does help me out. Okay, don't forget, there's a lot to learn. Tarot isn't just about watching, it's also about learning. So they come hand in hand with everything that is also on Patreon that you get of advice, and that you also get over on the teaching tier of also advice, because tarot comes hand in hand with all of it. It's not just what's happening, blah, 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 let's blame. Okay, it's about change. If you want to change, you need a guide. If you want a guide, then that's me. Great, thank you. Okay, so, because there's many to choose from. So, Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarian, all three of those weekly readings are done over on Patreon now, but I'm not going to be able to really bring anything else out, I don't think, today or maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But your weekly readings that are all different than what they are over on Patreon, they're over on Patreon now. So if you're kind of like, oh, where's my readings? Why are they not always out on time? Why are they only very short on YouTube? And why are they a lot longer on Patreon? Because if you pay for Patreon, you get more answers, more questions, more guidance, and more everything else. Where are they? Over on Patreon. Okay, so whatever it is that comes out on YouTube, it will come out in its own time. Okay, if you want those questions and answers and you're in a rush and you can afford it, then you'll need Patreon. You can find the link provided below. Okay, so there's a little bit of something for you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Keep calm, keep collected, and I'll see you soon.